Okay, we are back at NASCAR Legends. So we are back at Daytona 500 once again. Let's jump into the start and to get some more testing with those cars. So by the way, if I'm going to be testing some cars like histories like this, even Generation 4s and Generation 6, so I'm going to be driving the 98 cars, so I might know about those vehicles. So I might going to be spawn some lots of things about to do. So let's start right here, and we're going to be spawning those cars. So must be the part 2. So this will going to be whichever. I'm in a random server, so let's spawn any vehicle that I want. So I'm going to be spawned all the way forward to the Generation 4. That the 2007, 2005, or what about any or something like this kind of the 90s, the 88s, and we got the Generation 4 cars. So that I'm going to be spawning right here. After I'm going to be testing those Gen 4 cars, it's time for the 98s. The point is, I'm going to be spawning number 45, Generation 4. So this will be much easy as possible way back in Daytona. So let's start the lap times with this car. As the out lap has been ended, so let's start lap with number 1. First lap, I'm going to be doing outside because you think that my internet connection was really unstable. This is not highly unstable as well. So it put back to unstabilized as standard. So I still connected, by the way. This is still a transitional practice. So we're on our way to the lap number 2 as we're continuing off to this journey. Well, we are going to just step into the night with lap number 3. So only 2 more laps, then this car should be back in the garage. So we're going to be test some 98 vehicles. So the sun is about to set right now. And because of this thing doesn't need the early information. I'm coming out in the long straights. No one is going to get off track to do some Arab drifting like something like legally. Onto turn number 3. So I'm still going outside, but I still can to do so. Even the sun has came down early before she had come out for this time. At the middle of the lap number 4, their nightmares are coming to get us right away, but you think this is no joke. This is no kind of dangerous situation. I'm going inside on turn number 3 and turn number 4 that I'm going to get outside on final straights, and we're heading straight onto lap number 5. Okay, that's it for this kind of vehicle. The Gen 4 is lapping time, by the way. So let us switch this car into the 98s that we're going to be doing so. Since we're back in the pits, let's spawn the 98 racing car like somewhere. This vehicle should be to do so. I'm going to find a car which is the 98 class. So this isn't 88 or 2012s. There we go, we got the 98s ready and the moon is about to set out. Let's go with number 42. And you think this must be the 98 car. So let's test it out with this kind of car in the morning. Moving on to the lap number 6 as the moon has set down, and I think my internet connection is feeling extremely unstable. It was highly unstable by now, and the sun will rise again as she has gone away by some time. Looks like I'm going inside on turn number 3. This will be easy when my internet connection was highly unstable. So let's charge down to this whole level on under. I'm going low, by the way. And the sun has completely rise. Good morning, everyone. Moving on to the lap number 7. This is going to be so tricky right here. I feel I am so stressed. We just got on the mistake on lap number 7. My internet connection is highly unstable right now, just before lap number 8. This is very stressful right now. This is a stressful day by now, once and ever. So I'm going to be going outside at risk, so my connection won't be. It lags too much by the end of the lap number 6, and moving on to the lap number 7, it lagged too much on the corner stage. This is very too much stress. We just got 2 laps remaining in this race. This is not a race, it's a qualifying session. But transition practice, so well, I'm going low for the second time. I feel I have a little bit stressful about this. So the sun is going down once again. And well, things have charged for so long. Going outside on turn number 3. This is not going to be easy, but this is making me stressful for so much. Okay, we at lap number 10. So I put my microphone up. So that means I'm going to do an outside to inside for one less time. So that's enough for this testing for the 98's car. So let's bring it back into the pits. Since we're back in the pits, so we need to find something, a random car, not Gen 4s or 98s. So I'm going down by the old way. And pretty well. This must be the owner's car. If I'm going to drive this car, this should be a game pass. This is the owner's car. We should not supposed to drive that car. The moon is coming up once again. And well, let's spawn the car of tomorrow car. But that's not it. Thankfully, I just spawned the 90s race car that I'm going to do so to drive around this track. So once again, let's drive this car. Only 5 more laps to go, then the video will end. Alright, we are starting for the 5 laps remaining, because only last things to do, but I think I feel a little bit stressful about this. So try not to do this because my internet connection is unstable. Once again, that I say that again, this feeling is gone too far. Because this was actually going to be impossible for this. This is going to be more harder than you ever seen this. But entire life, that we should do this by the whole same time. Going for lap number 12, 4 laps to go until we're going back to the pits and the video is ended. We got 3 laps remaining and the lap 13 is going on. So we're going to do outside, but not just going to be outside for today. So I'm going to get inside. So still going outside. This is way more stressful about this on the outside lane. So maybe I should go to the inside lane. The moon is coming down by whatsoever. Once again, the sun will rise up once more. Not bad for this whole lap for this time. But the time, we got 2 more laps to go. Lap number 14. As the moon has setting down, as the sun will rise up once again. As we're going inside on the speedway, I can see the sun shining above. The sunrise has came up all over the place. So I'm still going inside onto the place. So we got only to do so. There's the white flag, and we're at 1 more lap to go. Then we're going back into the pits. Maybe I should going outside for 1 more. So this will be not so easy. It's harder to do so. Coming at long straights. This is what it's meant to be. Looks like I feel so dumb about it. So I'm going inside for 1 more. And across the line. And we just finally did it. That's enough for testing all of these cars. But not all of these cars, the Gen 4s and the 90s. So by the way, thankfully, that's enough with those cars to test it out. So coming on part 3, we're going to be testing on 88s and the 80s cars and the car of tomorrow 2012. So this video will be exciting for today's video. If you like for today's video, so smash like that button and subscribe to my glorious channel. Thank you all for watching and for all your support. And don't forget that NASCAR playlist was right over here in the end screen, which will be Turbo Concept signing off, and I'll talk to you all later. The sun has setting instantly, and I'll see you boys on to the next video. Good night, everyone.